Have you ever been tasked with grow your product? Does your manager often say you've got to think outside of the box? What else can we really do? Or do you yourself think, I need to do something revolutionary for this product to make that impact? So if your answer is a yes to all these questions, you might want to hear what I say next. Now, in layman terms, growing a product means gaining new customers, right? So if you gain new customers, you grow market share. If your market share grows, you grow sales. If the sales grow, the company benefits from it because there's increase in revenue. Like it's that simple. Now, I've done a video before this talking about growth stage and other stages when it comes to a product life cycle. So I do recommend checking that out, as that is going to be a basis for understanding what a growth stage actually is. Now, in a growth stage, there are a lot of good things associated with it, as I've spoken in that video. But alongside that, there also comes a list of challenges. The top 3 challenges in growth stage are: first, increased competition. Obvious one, right? Like when a product is growing, there are going to be multiple players out there in market and your competition is going to grow rapidly. Second, the race to expand the market share. Now, as it's like a byproduct of the increasing competition. As the competition increases, your executives are going to push you to, do something that's going to increase our market share, right? The third, increase in user demands. Now, user is also quite smart. So they see there are a lot of companies out there, like they don't care who's winning, they care who's solving their problem the most, right? So they are smart and they see there are a lot of similar products which are solving this problem for me. I'm going to choose the one which solves it most efficiently. So that's why the user's needs also evolve alongside that in the growth stage. So these are the top 3 challenges which a product manager has to face when it comes to a growth stage. So how does a product manager cope up with that? Now, a short and a long answer to this is market research. Now, I know this sounds very obvious, but what exactly comes under this huge umbrella of market research? Now, to do this or to do market research, there is a framework which I have designed, which I call as RISA. The acronym is RISA, R-I-S-A. First, R stands for researching the competitors. I stands for investigation. S stands for summarizing. A stands for taking action. So this is the RISA framework that I personally follow even till today, and which makes my market research really effective and really wholesome. Now let's see what exactly comes under each of these. Now, at each of these 4 steps, there are a lot of frameworks and templates which you can use. For example, in first step, which is researching about competitors, you've got to know who your direct competitors are, who your indirect competitors are. Now, there are 5 ways you can recognize your competitors. Starting off by, you can just ask a lot of people within the organization, like, who are the competitors which you are currently considering? Or the other approach could be, you can ask this to your end users directly, like what is the product that you are currently using at this point. So these are just 2 of the 5 techniques which are used to identify the competitors. Now, step 2 is about investigation. Once you have shortlisted the list of competitors from first step, you have got to do the in-depth analysis of those shortlisted competitors. Now, there are 4 areas that you need to investigate on. Now, you might be thinking, right, obviously I need to do like an in-depth feature analysis for all of these. I know that already, and I need to know who the end users for those competitors are. You would be surprised, there are 2 more frameworks that you could use to investigate or do the in-depth analysis of your competitors. Now, step 3 is about summarizing, right? Now, let's be honest here. No one is going to understand the research that you've done until you put it in some logical way and summarize it for the end users to consume it in an easier way, right? So this step is about summarization. So there are 7 frameworks which you can use to summarize all the information that you have till now. The most common one is SWOT analysis. Now, after you've done all the research, if you were to put together all of that, there is a framework called SWOT, which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So if you fill that grid, I'm sure many of you have seen that. If you fill that grid, it's basically whatever research you've done, you are going to put what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses and stuff like that, and it's going to provide like a holistic view. Now, there are 6 more of such frameworks that I'm not sure if you're aware of, but there definitely are, and you will be surprised. Now, step 4, now moving on, step 4 is about taking action, right? all of your research, all of your summarization doesn't make sense if you cannot start working on it like tomorrow, right? So in taking action, like what are the documents which you as a product manager would create? Like what is it that you would actually do? There are 5 types of documents which a product manager should create. One of them, and the most obvious one to start off with, is a product strategy document. So that's going to come very handy to you as well. Now I've spilled a lot of beans on what market research should be, what are different frameworks and templates available out there. Now this is not the information that I've got from internet and just copy pasted. I have made an entire ebook of what I have learned till date and which I use till date when it comes to market research. So I'm going to leave the link to that over here and in the description below, and you can definitely go check it out. It's a holistic market research guide which is going to help you grow your product. And another thing to note, I know many people are paying hefty prices for the courses out there. This one is quite affordable because I understand that when it comes to starting your career as a product manager, you do not have a lot of financial resources, right? I have been there, done that. So I understand that. That's why I have tried to make this ebook very affordable. I hope you can really leverage that and make use of those frameworks, because these are all tried and tested, and it's not about you reading theory and then forgetting about it. There are templates alongside it. There's a case study alongside it. I want you to be able to action upon it immediately. So do check it out. Highly recommend doing that. If there is nothing else, do let me know via comments on what your feedback has been. And if there's nothing else, I'm going to see you all next week. Bye bye.